to me, it's an interesting senior group because there's guys like Chase that have been around forever that have tried to build something here, and then there's a bunch of you that came over from Nevada that had had success. What did you guys kind of learn from each other, blend into each other to get this program to where it is now?
I think a lot of it was like the strength staff. We do like a whole bunch of difficult challenges on the weekends in the winter. It kind of pulls everyone together. Everyone's suffering together, and I think that was like the first big step that we took to kind of becoming like a group. Yeah.
But over the years, Chase, what have you learned from them? What do you think you've taught them about what they were walking in?
I think the biggest thing with Jacob coming over, Jacob is one of the most, active college football players that has the most snaps, and they won at Nevada. They knew how to win. So Jacob bringing that over, the knowing how to win mentality and how to lead a winning team. And while we had the guys that stayed at CSU that knew how to go through hardships and that be able to mesh together, I think came together to make a good team, make a good leadership staff that we have.
Chase, when you look at Utah State's offense and scoring a lot, kind of what jumps out at you is things you'll need to hone in on?
They got good playmakers. They had that second string quarterback step in last week and made some good plays for them. A fresh look on Monday, but like I said, I think they got a lot of playmakers. I think they got a pretty good scheme. As I dive in more, I'll be able to tell you a little bit more. But that quarterback is good, and he's an active runner. He's pretty agile, pretty speedy. So I have to be able to contain him.
Jay mentioned a lot of mental mistakes in the second quarter, but you guys forced 6 straight punts in that second half. What do you feel like flipped for you guys defensively?
We came in as a defensive unit in the second half and said everything that happened in those first 2 quarters is done. The only way we're going to be able to come out with a win in the second half of the game is scratching all that and playing a new form of football for us defensively. And I thought we answered the bell decently on that, even though the outcome wasn't what we wanted. We did answer and played much better in the second half.
You guys obviously have been riding high, 5-game win streak. How do you feel like the team in the locker room has kind of handled this, low moment?
It definitely hurt and it stung. But we have a heck of an opportunity coming up. This is a good Utah State team. You get to play them at home in Canvas for our senior night. So we're definitely focused on the next task at hand.
How do you battle those emotions? I mean, senior night's important for you guys. It's time to reflect on everything you've done, but you got a pretty important game in front of you. How do you compartmentalize that? Do you wait to kind of look back and reflect until after the game?
I don't know. I think when it's appropriate, for myself, I'm just going to take the moment in, enjoy it, try and take those mental screenshots. But when it's time to focus, you got to focus. So, yeah.
And for you, when you dissect the third down struggles that have been for the offense, what do you relate it to? Jay mentioned execution. Is it an attitude adjustment that might need to take place?
I think there's a lot of issues that come from it. I think at times we get tired, unfocused, and then like the attitude thing, and that's definitely been one of the bigger struggles. And coming up this week, that's something that we have to confront. It needs to change if we want to win.
Is part of the jump you get from this week? This is the first time in a while as Colorado State football players, your final game isn't your final game. You have something more to look forward to. Does that bring a little bit to the preparation because the season's not ending at the end of this week?
No doubt. Yeah, I think we're still playing for something, and even if we weren't, the mentality needs to be that this is something that we committed to, and we must follow through 100% because we agreed to play 12 games. I mean, shoot, we got to finish this out, and it has to be. It's kind of like a honor code as a man. If you agree to something, you have to follow through. So.
But for Chase, for you, it's been a while. Regular season doesn't mean the end of the season. That's got to feel pretty cool for somebody who's been around as long as you have.
100%. I think part of what Jacob's saying too is I think why we've been having this success is we've been a process-oriented team. It's not about the opponent that we're going up against or the situation. Regardless if we were bowl eligible right now or not, we've had a process every single game of how we prepare and how we get ready, for Saturday or Friday, and that's gotten us to where we're at, and that can't change just because we have one more shot or 2 more shots after this.
Have you kept an eye on the younger guys, and how they're inheriting the spirit that is the team that you've helped create?
I think just, you could even see it forming through summer workouts. These guys are just really taking the culture that we've worked hard to build over these, 4 or 5 years, 3 years together. And they've really just taken that in. Can you say your question one more time about how they've taken that culture in?
Yeah.
Just, I think the, camaraderie that we have together and the togetherness, it kind of forces in a way for them to adopt that culture. And the fact that we've been winning, and there's been a better season for us, I think makes them want to adopt it even more.
The togetherness of the team is something that's kind of come up a lot from the players. Jay Nordell just talked about it. What has it meant to you guys that have stuck it through together? Obviously, there have been guys that have decided to leave along the way, but to win, and specifically to win with these group of guys that have stuck it out for 4 or 5 years, what does that mean to you guys?
It means the world, honestly. Like, even in, moments at halftime in Fresno, our backs against the wall, but, we came together and put together a much better second half, and I think that just shows who this team is. And like I said, the outcome wasn't what we wanted, but there have been multiple, scenarios through the season where our back has been against the wall and we've come out on top. And I think that means the world to me. I really love this team and I love these guys, and it's been a heck of a season, but, we're not finished yet.
What's the best way to describe this group of seniors?
Resilient, I think, in one word.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
You ready to cheer for Nevada again?